A beautiful fall day at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. Canada against Mexico in World Cup soccer qualifying. Bob Lenarduzzi has been under a lot of pressure with this team for the last few months. Great promise when the team first got through the first round undefeated, but the last few months have not been very pleasant at all. And so he looks on today and put a team on the field that has a real challenge. The starting lineups today presented by JVC.
And it's a new look lineup for Bobby Lenarduzzi. Is going to play a 4-5-1. Forrest in goal, Miller, Samuel, Yallop and Watts in the back four, Nash, DeSantis, Unger, newcomer Bent and Corazine in midfield, and the lone striker Alex Bunbury.
The officials, Carlos Mendizabal, and then on the near side, Rolando Alvarez. The far side, Leonardo De Paz and Efren Escobar, all from Guatemala.
And there's Alex Bunbury, big task ahead of him, hoping he can at least find the net in today's game, but it will be a big challenge for the Maritimo striker.
Bora Milutinovic, with great success over the years. He's been a coach full-time since 1973. He's had great success with the program. He's got 1,200 players in Mexico's pro leagues and from which to draw a side to play against Canada today. He's put a great 11 on the field, Graham.
This is a very talented side. Jorge Campos, the colorful goalkeeper, wearing number 9, returns. Suarez, Davino and Ramirez are back four, along with Pardo, Coyote, Calindo, Alfaro, Garcia Aspe in midfield, and Hermosillo and Zaga are the twin strikers.
The crowd still rolling in here as you look at the list of officials, all from Guatemala. The referee is Carlos Menziabal. And this World Cup qualifier, with Mexico winning today, they can go to France in 1998. And the Canadians must win to keep alive their hopes of making the same journey next year. The Canadians to start play, the ball in the midfield, and we're underway at Commonwealth Stadium. Forrest boots it well out of bounds. And the wind in here, Graham, you've been around this stadium a long time. You know how it can swirl in here. You look at the flags and it looks like it's coming right out of the north, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's the way it feels down on the field.
Well, whichever way it blows, it feels very cold down on the field. Bitter cold, and the Mexicans, as Ken Chillibeck suggested, are not wearing the headbands. But that won't prevent them challenging in the air. Very good at set plays like this. Watch for the big number 5, Davino at the far post.
Crossed into the middle, and the header just over the crossbar. And it'll be a corner, Mexico. Well,
beautiful free kick. Watch Claudio Suarez get up to it first, nip it towards the net, and Craig Forrest as well to tip it over the crossbar. Duilio Davino up for the height at the far post, but his main challenge today will be competing against Bunbury.
And the Canadians clear the ball out of harm's way. Bobby Lenarduzzi was very, very concerned about the fragile nature of his team. He's put a team on the field that's going to play a lot of defense and play hard defensively early. Here's a scoring chance in the box area. And the Mexican keeper, Campos, had to be very alert on that thrust. So the Canadians with an early opportunity.
Well, Mexico get caught short at the back as Jason Bent rolls it across, but number 16, Alberto Coyote, gets a leg there just in time to prevent Jeff Unger from stroking it home.
And the difficulty for the Canadians, of course, is that they're unlikely to get very many opportunities like that, and really, they really need to capitalize on the chances when they do get them. Ball cleared up on the wing. And the Canadians fighting hard. pass it into the Mexican territory. It's kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Canadian throw-in. Bunbury, in the midst of a horde of green and white jerseys, has trouble getting free, and now the Mexicans go to the attack once again. Randy Samuel plays it back to Craig Forrest, and he promptly kicks it out of bounds up near the Mexican bench.
Craig Forrest already having to bring off a brilliant save to prevent Mexico taking an early lead, and Mexico starting us off as if they were the home side. Not at all playing back in defense, but pushing forward. And they are very, very clever at supporting from midfield.
Colin Miller, number 6 for Canada, plays the ball up through the midfield. Bunbury had to play it back, and now it's played out on the wing, and here's young Bent. What a great story this young man is off the World Under-20 team. Bad turnover now, 3-on-3 break. The Mexicans on the prowl, and a shot from well out that just goes over the crossbar.
Zaga with a great opportunity, and Mark Watson slips as he tries to play the ball back to Yallop. It's pounced on by Hermosillo, square to Zaga, who hits it well, but it's wide of the post as Forrest covers.
Zaga.
Luis Alberto Alves Zaga. Just call him Zaga, for folks, and watch him. He is lethal.
Ball played out to the right side by the Mexicans. Aggressive marking by the Canadians at this point. Bunbury right up in the face of Campos now. And he plays it over to Suarez, and the Mexicans will start from deep in their own end of the pitch. Miller. The ball is headed out at the Canadian bench. Bobby Lenarduzzi directing traffic. The youngest player ever to play for Canada internationally, made his debut in 1973 at the age of 17. He has presided over the national team program since 1992. And he knows the size of the challenge facing his young and relatively inexperienced squad here today. The Mexican side with 3 players having played more than 90 games internationally. Canada, by contrast, with 3 players on the roster for this match with a total of 13 caps, including Jason Bent, who makes his start in the midfield today, his debut at this level of play. Ball played out to the right side of the Mexican formation. Pardo. Tipped it forward. Beat a couple of people to do it. Here's Pardo on the prowl. There's a shot that goes over top of the net and out of bounds. And we'll take a break and return to more soccer action at Commonwealth Stadium in just a moment. Play continues here early in the first half. We're in the 9th minute of this first half of play. Canada in the red and white. Mexico in the green and white. World Cup qualifying action from Commonwealth Stadium, a stadium where over the years the Canadians have played very well, but there has never been a challenge quite like this one. Canada ranked 59th in the world coming into this match. The Mexicans are number 9, and they have a host of experienced players at this level in Olympics, in World Cup finals. Mexico now with a dangerous opportunity here. Ball played back in the middle. There's a chance, and they score!
What's the persistence here of Hermosillo as he's challenged by Samuel, regains his balance, lays it back. It's a miss hit, but Alfaro follows up at the far post to tap it home. 1-0 Mexico, and Alfaro who is a ball winner in midfield, has been pushing forward right from the kickoff today. And that first goal was the one that Bobby Lenarduzzi wanted to get. He did not want to give it up. Now Mexico have definitely got the advantage. Forget the cold weather, forget anything or everything. When they're one up, they will push it around brilliantly.
7 minutes in, Alfaro has the Mexicans on the scoreboard with the first goal of the match. Mexico with a win goes to France 98. Canada with a loss is finished officially in the qualification, although there are still 2 games to be played. Bobby Lenarduzzi described the confidence level of his team yesterday as absolutely fragile, and so the early goal here is not a good sign, but the Canadians continue to fight as they move the ball forward into the Mexican zone. Here is Suarez laying it out on the right side to Pavel Pardo. Canadians have drawn back almost everybody now inside the Canadian half of midfield. Lenarduzzi wanted to keep it very tight early, and that early goal is not what he wanted.
Well, he kept it tight. You have to give credit for that goal to Hermosillo. He withstood the challenge from Samuel, cut it back, and the alertness of Alfaro put Mexico one ahead.
Bunbury has dropped back to help the midfielders now, not pushing forward quite as far as he did.
Well, the way they line up, Nash and Corazine can go forward.
One-on-one, this is Martin Nash trying to get free. It'll be a throw-in for Canada. Nash, another of the youngsters on this Canadian program. He's only 21, plays for Stockport in England. Header into the box, very close to a good opportunity there, and Campos, the goalkeeper, very sharp to throw it downfield.
Number 9 Campos wears simply because for his team, the LA Galaxy, he sometimes comes out in the second half and plays centre forward. Loves to put work on the ball. Doesn't really like to use his hands, but when he has to, his hands are very safe.
Campos, the only member of the Mexican side to be playing outside of the Mexican League. He plays for the Los Angeles Galaxy in the MLS. Ball kicked out of bounds. It'll be a Canadian throw-in. It's headed out of bounds once again by the Mexicans. Canada throws it in again. Nash to get play started. Nick DeSantis. Played up for Bunbury. Now it's played into the middle area. Here's young Kent. Works hard towards the box area. Lost it on the turnover, and the Mexicans charge back down the field.
Jason Bent there made space for himself nicely, got fouled, but because he kept going, the referee allowed the advantage, and by the time he decided what to do with it, there were 4 green shirts around it.
There is not a lot of time in close quarters to think about what to do with the ball against this side. Bunbury, Nash, long ball up the right side, did not get through. Now here is Pardo to Alfaro. He's the man who got the first goal of this match. Played it into the center area, and the ball is turned over and kicked out of bounds by the Canadians. Boris Milutinovic with the headband as you look at the Mexican record. The only countries to beat Mexico in '97, England, Brazil, and Bolivia. The English side, of course, qualified on Saturday for World Cup '98. Brazil will be there as the defending champions. Kicked smartly back into the center, and a good scoring opportunity for Hermosillo that went over the crossbar. More soccer from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton after this. Back with you from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. Peter Watts, Graham Leggett, and Ken Chillibeck. You're watching World Cup soccer qualifying action. Mexico in the green and white with the early goal in the 7th minute of play. Carlos Hermosillo has made it 1-0 for the Mexican side.
And there you saw number 7, Ramon Ramirez, who has dropped back into a very much defensive role. Normally plays midfield and comes forward, but has been assigned that task today, obviously.
Greg Forrest comes out to take the loose ball away. The Mexicans doing some pretty skilled work offensively in the area of the Canadian goal, looking to create another opportunity.
Ooh, that has to be a little bit of a free kick. As number 2, Claudio Suarez, goes right into Bunbury's back. Suarez started off at right back. Pavel Pardo started off at left back. They've switched over. Pardo's taking care of Nash, and Suarez is looking after Corazin.
Ball headed out of bounds again. It'll be a Canadian throw-in. There's probably 10,000 people here at Commonwealth today. They were unsure how many would be coming from Mexico as the ball is kicked from the corner across the back line. And there are a few here. I think they thought there'd be as many as 3,000 that might come from Mexico for this matchup. I'm not sure there are that many here. There is a small Mexican community in Edmonton, and of course, whenever the international sides come to this city, the fans of a particular nation tend to roll in from all over. Brazil, of course, when they were here 3 years ago, that was a wonderful crowd, over 59,000, and they came from all over North America to see that game against Canada. Maybe the greatest performance in recent memory by a Canadian side in a 1-1 draw with Brazil. Here's a chance for the Mexicans once again, and this time the ball is kicked out of harm's way, and it will be a free kick.
No, it's goal kick, Canada's goal. Hermosillo just a little late. He followed through as Samuel cleared the ball and kicked into Samuel. Little reversal of what happened for the first goal, but Samuel certainly got his hands full with big Carlos Hermosillo.
Here is Ramirez now. The veteran defender plays a beautiful ball up the left side, and a centering kick is knocked into touch by a Canadian defender. It'll be a Mexican corner.
Zaga making a good run there. Watson, who's moved over to right back, had his eye on Ramirez, and Ramirez just floated it over Watson. By that time, Zaga was 2 yards in front of him. Even playing as a left back, Ramirez is brilliant on the ball.
Off the corner, the ball over the crossbar, and it'll be a corner once again for Mexico. Carlos Menziabal from Guatemala is the official in charge of this match.
And Galindo will take it. Galindo, who got 2 goals in the game against El Salvador. Midfielder who loves to come forward and score.
Ball headed away smartly out of the goal area by the Canadian defenders. Played back towards the midfield. Pardo plays it to Ramirez.
Beautiful
and he
ball.
chipped another beautiful pass up the wing. And here's Alfaro. It'll be a Mexican throw-in.
I think there are patches on this field that are a little icy. We saw Watson slip, we saw Ramirez slip, and then that was Coyote who slipped there, but he's still got the throw-in. Ah, take that. A little ambitious by Zaga, but at least he made contact.
Ramirez works skillfully through traffic and then kicks it over to Alfaro. Headed back out towards the midfield. A beautiful pass off the header. This will be Pardo. skilled, very creative. The big difference in the two sides. And of course, the experience factor. Here's a long try from 30 yards out that goes high over the net. Well, Rod Smith and Pat Tabler getting ready to play host to a baseball doubleheader. It'll be Greg Maddux for the Atlanta Braves and Kevin Brown for the Florida Marlins coming up at 4 Eastern time, 1 o'clock Pacific, here on TSN. Kenny Nagel with a 4-hitter yesterday as Atlanta shut out Florida 4-0. That series all even at 2. Davino. Now Ramirez plays it to the wing. Zagyu. Gallendo. To Alfaro.
Good run.
Great run here. Look at this. Cutting towards the Canadian net, and good defensive work there as Zagyu had a great chance. And I believe it was Mark Watson that followed him right in and knocked the ball out of bounds.
Just watch the run by number 13, Pavel Pardo. Canada caught ball watching again. He tries to cut it back, but Carlo Corazin comes all the way back.
Off the corner, dangerous header in front, headed out of harm's way. Then kicked right back into the middle, and it's Samuel who knocks it away this time. Canadians backed up deep against their own goal, and the Mexicans virtually in charge of play here. Canadians fighting desperately not to give up another goal, already down by 1. So we're about 20 minutes into this match.
Ramirez controlling the play from the left back position, hitting.
There's a chance now for Pardo as he plays it into the middle. Try to create an opportunity 30 yards out, and Craig Forrest scooped up the loose ball. And the Canadians will regroup.
Good play by Mark Watson there. Kept his eye on the man he was marking, just bumped him a little bit as the ball came through and allowed it to go all the way through to Craig Forrest. There's Campos. Could have thrown that ball out, but no, he wants to come outside the box and be an outfield player. If Mexico get 2 or 3 goals up, don't be surprised if he plays in the forward line for the last 10 minutes.
Here's Alfaro, the first goal scorer in the match, on a little foray. And on the turnover, the Canadians counterattack quickly. This is Miller. Trying to get it forward, and it was knocked out of into touch by Pardo. Miller. Garazzo knocked down. It'll be a free kick for Canada. Nash has it. Nash laid it up on the wing. There's a chance into the box area. That's kicked out of harm's way.
Oh, unlucky. Colin Miller took his eye off the ball to see where he was going to put it, and before he looked back, it hit him on the foot and went out for a throw-in.
Pardo puts it in play. Suarez knocks it back to Jorge Campos.
Once again, Ramirez wide open on the left, but they decide to knock it forward, and really the front men for Mexico were not looking for that through ball. They expected it to go through Ramirez.
Nash now. And the Canadians play the ball up the wing. Unger plays it over for Kent. There's a cross into the middle, and Campos was there. Nash went after it, and there was a terrific collision. And Campos is slow to get up as well.
Well, Corazin swings this ball high to the far post. Good challenge there by Nash. and number 13 Pardo, but it was always going to be Jorge Campos' ball. From this angle, goalkeeper's got it all the way. I think Pavel Pardo got injured there because he didn't jump. He tried to duck under Campos. As a result, Martin Nash went right into him.
So while the players are attended to on the field, we will take a break here at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. More soccer after this. Also ahead on the network today, Baltimore and Cleveland, game 5 of that series. It's game 4 of that series, rather, with Cleveland up 2-1. Scott Erickson, the starter for the Orioles, and rookie Jared Wright, who's looked very impressive in these baseball playoffs, gets the nod for the Tribe. That's coming up after the Atlanta-Florida game, which follows our game. So a great day to be a sports fan, and a great day to put the tuner in your pocket and leave it right on TSN. Alfaro down briefly.
Clip on the heels by Colin Miller. Very little in this. Alfaro tries to go past Miller just a little late. Trying to jump over him, may have clipped Alfaro on the side of the head, but certainly nothing vicious there. Alfaro is proving to be quite a handful for Canada's back four today.
Here's Bunbury playing the ball out to the side. Bunbury skillfully gets it up on the wing. Here's Mark Nash now. The Canadians on the prowl into the Mexican zone. Nash works hard against the veteran Pardo. Nash goes to the corner with it, and
that's a goal kick, Martin.
A goal kick. Okay.
Referee Carlos Mendizabal gave the indication that he was allowing the advantage there as Nash was obstructed, but certainly with 3 green players covering. Watch this. This is where he's obstructed. Should have been a free kick. He allows the advantage. Why? Tell me why. Goal kick.
Suarez plays it back into the middle of the field. Davino. And Suarez now will lead the Mexican charge. Pardo.
They can all use the ball. Doesn't matter if they play fullback, centre back. They all like to put work on the ball.
Nash kicked it into the Mexican zone.
And Alex Bunbury wasn't expecting that, so it was an easy turnover to Claudio Suarez.
Galindo now. Nice run up the wing and a centering ball into the middle. Oh, on the turnover, and Forrest had to really be sharp there to kick it out of harm's way. And the Canadians really slipping in that end of the field.
He had to be sharp not to pick it up. Beautiful ball by Ramirez, who can't stay back too long. Colin Miller tries to clear it, slips, clips it back to Forrest, who of course cannot pick it up.
Knocked into touch by Team Canada, Mexican throw-in. Pardo will do the honors for the green and white.
Obviously not superstitious, Pavel Pardo.
And this one is booted back towards midfield.
And watch Ramirez make himself available again. Whether he gets it or not, the fact that he always makes himself available. What a ball to Zaga.
And what a ball back into the middle. Hermosillo with a shot, and there's Craig Forrest. And that end of the pitch, Graham, is really slippery. The Rolling Stones were here a couple of weeks ago for a concert. It's that end of the field where the stage was located. I'm not sure that that's a big factor or not, whether there was some damage done to the turf. But it seems that the players are more prone to slip there than they are elsewhere, although in fairness, most of the play has been in front of the Canadian goal since this match began. Knocked into touch, and it will be, I believe, Texas ball.
Well, we've had lots of excuses this year, Peter. altitude, temperature, the crowd. We've never had the Rolling Stones play.
Well, I'm not sure we should officially add it to the list of excuses. Here's a turnover. Good, sharp defensive play here by Team Canada. Nash has the ball, but the Mexicans get back quickly.
Get back very quickly. They love to go forward, but they're disciplined by Bora Milutinovic to get back, goal side as soon as they lose possession. Hermosillo and Zague are the only two who are excused that shore.
We should say a word about the problems in Mexico at the moment. There was a moment's silence for the victims of Hurricane Pauline in the Acapulco area. Jorge Campos' family lives in Acapulco. He was on the phone steadily through this week while he was in Edmonton, checking on his family to make sure that they're okay. And I know the Mexican people are poised to celebrate the performance of their team if the Mexicans can win here today.
It will be a big morale booster for the Mexicans, who've gone through all sorts of problems with earthquakes in the past. But when the team wins, they tend to forget about that. And if you get a close-up of the Mexican players, you'll see on the left arm they have a black bouquet to recognize those who died at Acapulco.
Here's Nash on a run, trying to beat his man to the outside, but Campos was there once again. Good effort by young Martin Nash. But he just didn't have anybody to get the ball to after some hard work up the wing for Team Canada. Alfaro plays it back towards the midfield.
Square to Ramirez. Has to go.
Great when you get defenders like Ramirez, number 7, who can move forward and attack aggressively when the occasion is called for.
Lucky Galindo.
Forrest now challenged by Hermosillo, gets the ball safely up across midfield. Bunbury attack from behind once again. It'll be a free kick for Canada.
And while they wait for that to be taken, Carl Fletcher appears to be coming on in place of Mark Watson. Referee doesn't allow it yet.
Bunbury with a chance in the box area and could not get free. In fact, the ball is turned over and the Mexicans go back once again. Randy Samuel alert defensively to head that ball away from a Mexican attacker. Nash is... I think that Jeff Unger has dropped back deep.
And the substitution may come now. Carl Fletcher obviously being brought on to mark Zague, whose pace has been given Mark Watson just a few problems at the right back position. So Carl Fletcher will take over at right back. Yallop will move in centre back and Miller left back. So it's much the same at the back four for Canada. Good layoff, good goal. Great timely challenge by Randy Samuel to just nip it off the toe of Carlos Hermosillo.
The team captain, the most experienced man on the field today for Team Canada, made a terrific defensive play, and on the head, the ball in from the corner. Craig Forrest was there and picked the loose ball out of the air and now kicks it away to midfield. So Carl Fletcher, number 23,
look at this.
is on the roster now, or on the field for his 5th appearance internationally for Canada. The ball played to the top of the box, and there's a great save by Forrest. Terrific defensive play by the Canadian keeper off a bullet shot by Alfaro.
Well, Carl Fletcher got caught ball watching there. This ball is chipped in to number 18 Alfaro. He curves it to the far corner, but not quite curved enough to beat Forrest. Great save by the West Ham keeper. And Alfaro certainly is having an outstanding game.
And Carl Fletcher is welcomed abruptly to the perils of not paying attention in World Cup qualifying against the 9th-ranked team in the world. There's a shot that goes off a defender. Forrest has it cleanly and safely. Just over 10 minutes to play unofficially in the first half. Mexico with a 1-0 lead. They got a goal 7 minutes in.
They'll play on. They'll play on because Hermosillo, although he was in an offside position, walked back, didn't interfere with play. A linesman's flag went up, but Canada in possession, play on. Good play.
Here's Nash now playing the ball forward. Nobody there to get it, and Campos comes wide from his net.
Bunbury thought he was offside there. He did not see number 2 Suarez playing him onside behind him. There he goes again. Ramirez having a midfielder's game, standing out on that left touchline.
They just play it out to him. He plays it back into the middle, and every time he does, there seems to be a scoring chance created. A terrific player, number 7, Ramon Ramirez for Mexico. This one is headed back to keeper Forrest. .30-year-old native, 44th international appearance for Craig Forrest today. He's from Port Coquitlam, BC. You know, Graham, we talk about the experience of the Canadian team as a good scrap for the ball is won briefly by the Canadians. It'll be a Mexican free kick now, I believe.
And Jason Bent saying, look, I may only be a youngster, but I can give as much as I can take. I thought he was fouled initially. He thought he was fouled initially. Then he retaliated, and as is often the case, the retaliator gets the free kick against him.
Mexico has 64 club programs. All but one of the players on the pitch today for Mexico plays in the Mexican League. They have 1,200 professional players. In contrast, Canada's team has 10 players who've made the trek across from the European club programs to play for Canada today. And probably as much as anything else says something about the difference in the strengths of the programs and in the ability of the coaches to put their best 11 on the field at any given time. Bobby Lenarduzzi's taken a lot of flack for the performance of this team in the last few months. I'm not sure any coach, given the setting and the situation, could have done any better.
Little bump by Colin Miller there as Alfaro shielded the ball. Pardo and Galindo deciding that Galindo will take it.
To the far post, beautiful shot. It's knocked into touch by a Canadian defender.
Well, the Canadian defenders don't agree with that. That was Zague, the big number 11 for Mexico, who got a last touch to that, but obviously Mr. Mendizabal was on the wrong side. Have a look at this. This is the big number 11 Zague's toe that puts that behind. Should have been a goal kick, but free kick goes to Canada anyway.
You know, you have to be impressed with Bent. He shows no signs of being intimidated by his surroundings or the quality of the opposition. He's working hard out there in this first half for Canada.
He looks as if he belongs. He's very comfortable, not afraid. He's not intimidated by the situation. Lots of potential, Jason Bent.
Canadians with an excellent performance by the World Under-20 team in Malaysia last spring. Bent, the player of the match in a 2-1 loss to Argentina, and the Argentinian team eventually went on to win that competition. And now Bent today makes his World Cup debut for Canada. Wears number 19. He's playing in the midfield for Bobby Lenarduzzi.
And his teammate in Malaysia, Dwayne De Rosario's on the bench. He may well get a chance for his first cap too.
Ball chipped into the box. Randy Samuel heads it out of harm's way. And now it's played to the wing. And DeSantis accepts the return pass and then turned the ball over very badly. here's a chance. Hermosillo just missed the far post. Terrible play defensively by the Canadians.
And Carl Fletcher finding it very tough to get acclimatized to the situation. This ball is intercepted beautifully by Coyote, swings it to the far post. Fletcher lays it on the plate for Hermosillo, who bobbles it past the far post. You cannot give the Mexicans these kind of chances. No reason at all to try and bring that ball down. Just thump it upfield or get it into touch.
Randy Samuel kicks it across midfield, and it comes right back into the Canadian zone once again. And it's played back to Craig Forrest. There are a couple of familiar names missing from the Canadian lineup today. Paul Pescasolido and Thomas Rudzinski not available to play under somewhat questionable circumstances in both cases, but quite frankly, the players who should be here are the players that want to play and not simply the players that have the names. And the fact that they're not here has given people like Jason Bent an opportunity. Garcia Aspa plays it out to the wing. Hermosillo as well. And they have had a lot of success up that side, breaking the winger free. And here's another scoring opportunity, and it's headed out of harm's way by the Canadian defenders. And Bunbury has it and just gets rid of it towards the bench.
Big number 11, Zaga, who was born in Brazil, certainly playing like a Brazilian player this afternoon. Dynamite out on that left wing.
Mexico, Graham, with an awful lot of success attacking on the wings, particularly on the left side of the Mexican line. And the presence of Ramirez over there has helped, no doubt. He's got the ball right now, briefly. And Zagu over there has been particularly effective. He's been a real thorn in the side of the Canadians since this match got underway.
Galindo not able to catch up with that one, but nobody picking him up. The problem Canada's having is that they're marking the man, then they look at the ball. And by the time the ball's played, their man's 3 yards behind them. You cannot be caught ball watching playing against a side like Mexico, because they use the ball so well and they run off the ball so well.
Make the ball do the work, I think, is a copy from an old Wayne Gretzky line about playing hockey. The same sort of philosophy.
Look at the way the green shirts get back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 green shirts back against 4 red ones.
Suarez now for Mexico.
I'm really surprised that Mexico, who started with 3 at the back, have kept 4 at the back. Okay, it gives Ramirez and Suarez and Pardo a chance to come forward, but they're not really taking any chances at all. They want to lock up their place in France 98 today.
Very deliberate pace of play here now, and now they've got a chance. There's a shot, a hard blast that went over the crossbar. And again, beautifully set up. Carlos Hermosillo with the scoring opportunity for Mexico.
This is a beautiful ball by Ramon Ramirez. Could have gone to Zaga, instead it went to Hermosillo. Little nudge by Frank Yallop there, just put the Mexican striker off balance, but it should still have been a goal. Forrest well out of his goal to cut down the angle, but I think it was Yallop's little nudge that saved the day for Canada there. In no hurry to take this for Colin Miller. Let's wait till the big guys get up. And we don't have too many big guys, but at least wait till Samuels gets to the far post.
And then they make a mess of the kick on a very low trajectory shot by Miller. And now he's got to play it all the way back to Craig Forrest.
Well, that's no problem.
Samuel up in the air, can't get it. Now it's Bunbury. Plays it up the wing. Martin Nash, who's been probably as effective as any of the forwards for Canada. Here's Bent, can't get control of the loose ball. Played out on the wing. Bunbury has a chance now on the right side. Played it off the defender, bounced out of bounds. Corner kick for Canada. There is such a difference in the level of play, even to someone who doesn't see the game as much as others. The Mexicans have made 10 gorgeous passes to set up thrusts offensively, and the Canadians have real trouble getting the ball into any kind of position where a scoring opportunity is created. That shot went off the back of the net, and Campos will put it in play now for Mexico.
Well, I'm not sure if Martin Nash was trying to take advantage of the lack of height from Campos.
And we have reached the end of the first half. We're back with you at Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. Halftime score, Mexico 1 and Canada 0. And 4 years ago, and a little bit, May 9th, 1993, Varsity Stadium in Toronto, Canada played host to Mexico in the final CONCACAF qualifying match for both teams for World Cup '94. The Mexicans prevailed on a second-half goal by Francisco Javier Cruz, and they celebrate a berth in USA '94. Canada had to go on and play a match home and home against Australia in further qualifying and lost that opportunity. And that was the last World Cup chance to qualify for '94. And this is just about the last chance for Canada in '98 to qualify. And Dominic Mobilio, number 7, will take Jeff Aunger's place on the pitch.
And after all the hassle in British Columbia between Mobilio and Bobby Lenarduzzi, Dominic Mobilio gets the chance to show what he can do. An out-and-out striker in place of Jeff Unger, a midfield player, means that Canada is going for broke.
Hermosillo with the ball on the right side. His play is underway in the second half. Mexico in control, and this time they're going to attack on the right side of the formation. Good defensive play there to knock that ball into touch. And Nash works against his opposite number, Zagu, who was really a thorn in the side of the Canadians. Here's a chance in front. Oh, and Forrest right on the goal line. Managed to hold that out. That would have been absolutely disastrous for Canada if that one had gone in the first minute of play. Mexico on the prowl again. Ramirez has moved up. He's got 3 Canadians around him, and he can't beat them.
Talk back here, or just to see.
And now it's Bunbury. And the ball is kicked towards the line. Randy Samuel gets it out of into touch. The ever-dangerous Luis Alberto Alves, nicknamed Zagu, number 11 from Mexico, with a great opportunity there moments ago. Now he works against Samuel, loses control of the ball. And Samuel will get rid of it towards the midfield. Now here's Zagu once again, plays it into the middle. There's just a little chip shot that Forrest had to field smartly, and throws it away up the left side, and now the Canadians move into the midfield area. Bunbury cannot get free. Bent kicks it over to the wing. And Alfaro, the goal scorer for Mexico, on the prowl up the right side. Good kick into the middle, and there is Forrest once again sprawling in his crease, and he's already had to make 3 or 4 saves here in the first minute and a half of play.
Good communication between Yallop and Forrest. Mexico could be 3-0 up right now.
Here's a pass on the wing. It's knocked into the center of the field. Bunbury late getting there, and the Mexican defenders just kick it away to midfield. This is Gallendo playing it towards the box, and back quickly there on defense.
Well read by Carl Fletcher. Kept his eye on the ball and kept his peripheral vision on Zaghi cutting in behind him. Good run by Fletcher, who seems to be more acclimatized to the game than the first 2-3 minutes when he came on.
Here is Corazin playing it up the wing. That pass is intercepted. Corazin challenges, knocked his man down. It'll be a free kick for Mexico.
And Bora Milutinovic looking a little concerned. 1-0. His team could well be 4-5 up right now. Little kick there by Nick DeSantis. Nothing vicious, just bad timing, but Mr. Mendizabal brings out the yellow card. A little harsh, Carlos, don't you think? Nick wouldn't kick a guy deliberately. First yellow card of the game, and it seemed to have been a trivial offence.
Zaghiu works against Fletcher. Fletcher takes the ball away. Zaghiu is the man that slips this time. And the Canadians booted back out to midfield. Bunbury knocked down from behind.
Davino made his mind up. That was going to be his ball all the way. A little elbow in Bunbury's ear. But a powerful clearance.
Now here's a chance as the Canadians are on the prowl. Mobilio had a good scoring opportunity, and the ball went high and wide. And it'll be a corner, I believe, for Canada.
Definitely a corner. Number 18, Alfaro, coming back to cover, just belted it anywhere. Nice to take an in-swinger.
To the far post, good opportunity, and Campos got out and knocked the ball away. And he's down in the goal area.
Doesn't take much to knock Jorge Campos over, and that was Carlo Corazin who went in with a challenge. Nice ball to the far post, curving in towards the keeper. Carlo Corazin goes up, but definitely made contact with the goalkeeper. And these days, if the keeper is even looked at, it's a free kick.
Hermosillo made a nice play after stumbling to get the ball free. Now here's Zaghiu on the prowl, and Fletcher got back and deflected it, and Forrest, who's been very sharp for Canada, scooped up the loose ball.
And Canada's defense screaming at the far side linesman Leonardo da Paz, but Zaga was not offside. He is brilliant at waiting for the ball to be played, and then he turns. Once this ball's played, he turns. He's behind the defender who's been watching the ball, and only a comeback challenge by Fletcher saves the day. That's 3 glorious opportunities that Mexico has wasted in this second half, and Craig Forrest really hasn't had to make a spectacular save, only do his job.
The last couple of tries, Ramirez, number 7 from Mexico, has been right in the face of Alex Bunbury. Now here are the Canadians. And they cannot make 2 passes consecutively without turning the ball over, and the Mexicans, looking very, very much at ease with their game, play the ball safely down the field.
Oh, brilliant ball. First time ball. Another clip. Now Hermosillo's behind the defender.
Hermosillo chipped it in towards the middle. Can't get away. Bent takes it for Canada now.
Left wing. Somebody has to shout to him, left wing.
Corazin getting to be in more and more trouble, running out of field and having attackers come to him, and finally just kicks it away into touch. It'll be a Canadian ball.
Let's take another look at that chance for Zaga. You can see Fletcher looking at the ball as Zaga goes behind him, but Fletcher recovers, gets a little touch, and Forrest collects safely and rather easily. But Zaga and Hermosillo are brilliant at standing against the marker. Then as the ball's played, they turn and they're gone. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Free kick for Canada to be taken by Frank Yallop. Waiting for his mates to get into some position where he can give them the ball. Good kick into the middle of the field, but it's headed away by Campos and played out of harm's way by the Mexican defense.
Well, little Jorge Campos is certainly showing that his timing is immaculate.
Here's Nash now for Canada. Bunbury works down the wing, try to head it into the middle. Nash chipped it away.
Oh my, he's pulled down from the back and referee waves play on.
Here's Nash again, and this time the ball will roll into touch and it'll be a goal kick for Mexico.
Well, Martin Nash could well have had a free kick there. Watch as number 16, Coyote, misplays it. Then he goes, well, the benefit of replay, folks. I think both Martin Nash and Coyote threw themselves at the ball. Very little contact. I take it back. Very little contact was made between the two players, but they both went down. And, of course, the Canadian contingent in the crowd appealed for a penalty.
Mexican throw-in meantime, Ramirez. On the turnover, and the Mexicans go and take it right back again. And here it is Suarez. And Fletcher, who's got a real challenge with Zagu, got there ahead of the Mexican player, and it's kicked downfield. It'll be a Mexican throw-in.
Not only are Hermosillo and Zaga very tall, but they're also very strong and very quick. Not really common for strikers to be that tall, but boy, can they turn.
Nash, who's run miles and has been Canada's most effective player up the field so far, keeps the ball in play and had to be challenged there by Pardo as he had a good chance off the left side. Now here's Frank Yallop laying the ball back into the middle. Bunbury can't get free. Samuel took it away from the defender. Good play there. Now here's Bent, challenged by two Mexican players. He'll get a free kick.
Now, I think if you're going to give a yellow card to Nick DeSantis for the tackle he made, you've got to give the yellow card to Zaga for that. Coming in from behind, kicking from behind, all he gets is a little whack.
There's a goal for Canada.
Carlo Corazin takes advantage of some sloppy Mexican play. Dreadful defense by the Mexicans, and Bobby waving his team on, saying, let's get back, let's get going, because this Mexican side has gone off the ball. Crossed by Martin Nash, flicked on by Suarez, all the way to Carlo Corazin, who forces it past Jorge Campos. Dreadful defensive play by Mexico, but full marks to Carlo Corazin for being Johnny on the spot.
And I had just noticed on the play that Canada had 4 people up in the box area as Nash challenged. Nash sets up the play. The Canadians go to the attack. They get Mobilio on the field, and they play the kind of game that Bobby's been criticized for not playing over the years, and that is to heck with everything, play offense, score some goals. Well, on this one particular occasion, it worked out brilliantly for the Canadians, who tie the score on a goal by Corazin.
But where was Ramirez, Pardo, Davino, and Suarez. Dreadful covering at the far post.
Corazin hits that ball out of play. There's the goal scorer for Canada. Carlo Corazin. In his 27th international appearance for Canada, gets a huge goal to give his team a chance now. 1-1 the score, with just over 30 minutes to play in the second half. Randy Samuel kicks it away. That goal has inspired some activity by the Canadians. Bunbury up playing aggressively. Bunbury offside.
Unlucky.
Not by much. The Canadians aggressively on the ball.
And let's see if Mexico can switch back into top gear, because they've been idling ever since they scored that goal in the 8th minute. Really playing with the attitude, okay, we can afford to waste 3, 4, 5 chances. We can always get a goal when we need to. When a team thinks that's way and they give up a goal, it's usually rather tough to get back on track. Let's see if they can.
Nash with a long ball that just kind of got lobbed up there. Here's a chance. Mobilio is very close to being offside. No question the Canadians have opened the game up, and the goal has inspired them. They're playing much more aggressively on the ball than they were. But they still don't have enough firepower to deal with a Mexican team that decides it wants to go back to an aggressive style of offensive soccer. Here comes the green and white once again. Ball way across the front of the Canadian net. It'll be a throw in Canada. Ramirez got his head on that one. It'll be a free kick for Mexico.
Against Yallop. Yallop went over the ball, never played the ball, obstructed the man. Maybe obstructed's not the right word. It's a direct free kick.
Aspe. And he tried to find his man right at the side of the box, and the ball goes out of bounds. We'll take a break and return to more soccer action at Commonwealth Stadium after this. Peter Watts, Graham Leggett, and Ken Chillibeck with you from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. The Canadians, on a second-half goal by Carlo Corazin, have tied this World Cup qualifier at 1. The Canadians must win to keep their hopes alive. Mexico, with a victory, can go to France next year for the World Cup finals. A tie would leave the issue in doubt for the Mexicans until after the 2nd of November. Mexico now starting to play with a little bit more passion than they showed early. Here is the ever-dangerous Zagu beating Fletcher. And the ball into the middle, and it's headed towards the Canadian goal. And Craig Forrest, who has been absolutely brilliant for Canada in this match, has kept his team in it with timely save after save when all looked like it was over for the Canadians. And his goalkeeping, no small part of the storyline here, as the Canadians have fought back into a tie.
And there's Ramon Ramirez getting the worst of a challenge with Alex Bunbury. Oh, and that was a little dive that Zaga gets nothing out of 10 for. Even the Mexicans are booing that one. Oh. Nalek gets one in the back of the neck, and they're booing that one too.
Here is Zagu once again. This time it's knocked out of harm's way, and Forrest has to kick it out of bounds. It'll be a corner kick for Mexico. Ken?
Thank you very much, Peter. I just talked to Bob Lenarduzzi about the second half. I said, what'd you tell the guys at the half? He said, push a lot harder. They needed more chances. Obviously, it's working right now. Things looking somewhat better than the first half. Peter, back to you.
Somewhat better, but by no means out of the woods for Team Canada. Now they face a corner kick here by Mexico.
Galindo to take it, and watch for Hermosillo and Zaga.
To the far side, there's Forrest.
Good run by Nash to make space and collect the ball from Forrest. Now they can break.
Bunbury attacks down the middle of the field. Yallop plays it to the wing. Here's Corazin rather, the goalkeeper, the scorer for Canada. Yallop plays it for Pint, and it was just unlucky to go off his heel.
Good turn by the youngster, just a little unfortunate that the ball struck his foot.
Bent on a run again, challenged, knocked down. It'll be a Canadian throw-in.
And Martin Nash usually takes the long throw-ins to the far post, but he's standing at the far post, so let's see what Yallop can do.
Into the middle, Bent has it. Oh, tough luck. He was challenged from behind and could not get a clean shot. More soccer still to come from Edmonton. Stay with us.
At Sprint Canada, the world revolves around you. With the most savings plan, you can call any day, anytime, to anywhere with no time restrictions and get great by-the-minute rates to any country on Earth.
Like the United Kingdom, 36 cents a minute, India, 89 cents a minute, or Australia, 55 cents a minute.
Where in the world?
Get the most for the least from Sprint Canada. Call 1-800-994-MOST today.
Just scored for Canada.
This is a throw-in by Frank Yallop all the way to Bunbury, who shields it, lays it back. The cross is cleared to Bunbury. Good control. His volley just powers past Jorge Campos. 2-1 Canada with 25 minutes to go. There's the cross from Yallop. Poor clearance by Suarez. Great control by Bunbury, and the volley speaks for itself.
Well, what a story we've got here. 2 second-half goals by Canada in a game being watched in Mexico, in Europe, in the United States. And what a story being written here by the team in red and white. And another foray into the Mexican end. Here's Corazzo right up against Campos.
And I think that'll be a free kick against Carlo Corazin. Let's take another look at that cross by Frank Yallop. Poor clearance. Brilliant control by Bunbury to take it past the defender, Alfaro. And the volley was positive. And Alec, take a bow.
Bunbury with the loose ball. 3 defenders working against him. Struggling desperately to get free. Zagu got free long enough, and the ball went back to Craig Forrest in the Canadian goal. Mobilio goes up for it, can't get to it.
Mexico now desperately trying to regain their composure. They thought the game was in the bag. They ho-hummed through the remainder of the first half after the goal. Started off wasting 3 gorgeous chances, and now the heads are down, and Bora Milutinovic has got a real problem trying to raise their spirits.
Nash up there challenging for Canada again. The ball knocked into touch, and it'll be a throw-in for Mexico. Well, give the Canadians credit. They're by no means out of the woods, but they put people on the pitch who wanted to play and wanted to be here, and we're happy about it, and they have performed courageously in this match to this point. Now here's a chance with the ball going back to Forrest once again.
Garcia Aspe made a good run, but that ball was played too far in front of him.
Offside, Canada.
Dominic Mobilio, though, however, making his presence felt, challenging alongside Bunbury for these balls hit through, and we're going to get substitutes from the Mexican side now. Luis Garcia and Guatemoc Bianco are ready to come off. Number 21, Bianco, played in the Gold Cup final against Brazil, and he was absolutely brilliant. Big striker. Off comes Alfaro, the goal scorer, and Yanko comes on.
And Endo has come out as well for Mexico, which is a bit of a surprise because he's normally one of their steadiest midfield players. But Boris Milutinovic has decided he needs fresh legs on the pitch. Here is the ever-dangerous Zagu. Bent takes that away. And the Canadians fighting desperately to get the ball out of their area. Now clear it over to the wing. Long run by Bent. Can't beat his man to the outside, but push the ball down the field. It'll be a throw in Mexico. Just over 21 minutes unofficially left to play in the second half. Canada 2, Mexico 1. Mexicans with a goal in the 7th minute of play. But the second half, the Canadians have impressed. A couple of fresh substitutions. Dominic Mobilio, and all of a sudden a commitment to play the game in the Mexican end of the pitch. And it's resulted in 2 goals.
Mexico now playing with 4 front runners. No doubt what Boris Milutinovic's plan is. Let's put this Canadian back 4 under a lot of pressure and salvage at least a tie. Lots of time left. 25 minutes to go in the second half, and Mexico down by a goal. Take a brave man to bet against them.
Bunbury fighting desperately to get control of the ball, can't do it. The Mexicans on the prowl once again. Every player across midfield except the goalkeeper Campos. They chip the ball into the middle. Samuel knocks it away twice. And here they come again. Back into the middle. Here's a chance, and that ball kicked over the top of the net. Luis Garcia with the good scoring opportunity for Mexico. Back with you from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. A Canada throw-in, but the turnover goes to Mexico. Randy Samuel got that one out of harm's way, and the ball is kicked back down towards Campos in the Mexican goal.
And urgency now on the Mexican side.
I'm just thinking this is a rare opportunity for a Canadian side in an international test, Graham. They don't have to score a goal. They can kick the ball away as much as they want. It's not often you get that kind of opportunity.
They've got to keep playing the way they started the second half. They can't lie back. They've got to keep going at Mexico. That's the best way to protect the lead.
Here's Nash. He's got 2 Mexican players going against him here. He's still battling along the side, and it'll be a Mexican ball on the free kick. On the throw-in, rather.
And Nash again looking for a little free kick after that tug, but wasn't going to get it.
Bunbury on a run now down the side. Davino.
And Ramirez has been very quiet this half. They've not been using him as effectively as they did in the first half. But he's always available. Eventually come to him now, perhaps.
11,806 taking in the action at Commonwealth Stadium today. And they are watching quite a match, as it turns out. Mexico free kick.
And Dominic Mobilio thought that he'd won the throw-in there. Pretty harsh decision to give a free kick for that challenge.
Down the field by Nash, and Campos comes well out.
Well, it was a good ball by Martin Nash, but Alex Bunbury was just getting his breath back after making a run on the previous play.
Now here's Bunbury on the wing. defenders back quickly for Mexico. More help coming. Bunbury cannot beat his man to the outside.
And that should have been a free kick against Mexico, but it goes their way, and Bunbury can't believe it.
And just as quickly, Mexico comes back.
Not quite so quickly. The referee, Mendizabal, comes back.
Here's a ball into the box area. Forrest right there.
Frustration showing now with Hermosillo and Zaga and Luis Garcia.
Ken, what have you got for us?
Okay. Yeah, thanks, Peter. I was just talking to Bob Lenarduzzi, very vocal on the sidelines. He was yelling at Carlo Corsi, and I said, what were you saying? He says, just want him to reinforce the back. He says, we've got what we need, play a little tighter defensive play, and just hopefully they can hang on. Peter, back to you.
Well, that's exactly what they're having to do right now, as Forrest is there once again for Team Canada. But Graham, you've made a good point. They got to this point in the game by playing a certain style. The worst thing they could do is go away from it in many ways. Here's Mexico on the prowl again. A good chance into the middle of the shot, just over the crossbar. Oh, my goodness. Great scoring opportunity for Mexico again. Canada 2, Mexico 1. That is not a misprint. 2 goals by the Canadians in the second half. And now we've got a Canadian player down on the field. And Graham, let's go back and have a look at the second good scoring opportunity in the last 10 minutes by Luis Garcia.
Well, it was created by the other sub, Blanco, who cuts it back beautifully, but Luis Garcia just blasts it over the crossbar when a little slip would have done it. And Dominic Mobilio, how unlucky can you get? He gets his recall he wanted by Canada, went over his ankle there, really not in a tackle. And now Canada down to 10 men, hold a moment to see if Mobilia is going to be able to come back. If not, then I fancy Bobby will bring on Aguiar in midfield. Just plug the gaps a wee bit more for this next 13-14 minutes.
Jason Bent just got a yellow card, and I did not see what it was for, whether it was for something he said. Delaying the play, I'm told, was the reason.
Well, that's hard to justify when the player's just been carried off, but I suppose Mr. Mendizabal wants play to carry on. And the Mexicans look awesome here. Tons of green shirts piling forward.
Here's Ramirez. That ball's taken away by Samuel. Kicked briefly out to the 40 yards or so. Here's Fletcher working against Ramirez. It'll be a goal kick.
Good play, Carl. Fletcher settled in very nicely at right back. Settled in so nicely that Zaga has moved a little so that he can get away from him. Well, have a look as Dominic Mobilio goes up for that ball. I beg your pardon, it's Carlo Corsi. Carlo, the first goal scorer, got a little tap as he went up, and that is not good at all.
So Corazin, who got a goal for Canada, is out, and Aguiar is on the pitch. And here's young Jason Bent playing a ball up. Bunbury nearly got free. Now the Canadians on the prowl again. Long shot way high over top of the net, but a good opportunity for Canada once again here in the second half. Back with you from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton. The Mexicans making yet another prowl into the area of the Canadian goal, but Forrest was there to knock it out of harm's way, and now the ball comes back down the field. Bunbury, after it aggressively, cannot out-jump the Mexican defender. Pardo plays it back for Campos.
They're not afraid to use Campos. He is very proficient with his feet. Plays like a sweeper back there.
Bora Milutinovic, I think, just had a minor coronary on the bench when that ball rolled back towards the open goal. Nash boots it down the field and out of play.
Well, you described it. It's a little push back to Campos. Campos very casual, slips, but no danger of that ball getting into the net before Campos can recover. And Zaga has gone, and Ricardo Hales has come in as substitute.
Canadians taking no chances there as Frank Yallop boots that ball up into the stands. Velez takes over for Zagu, who's run miles for Mexico in this match. Yallop, under pressure, tries to hit it out of harm's way. And finally, it's volleyed back out towards midfield.
And it's definitely a rearguard action now as all the red shirts are back. Yallop's still on the ground, but this should be Forrest ball. Little challenge. Has to be a free kick. Has to be a free kick. Oh, my. That's what you call inconsistency. You look at Jorge Campos and you get a free kick. You take a run at Craig Forrest and play on. That I can't justify, and I don't think referee Carlos Mendizabal can either.
Ball played into the middle, and the Canadians hard pressed here to keep the ball out of their own goal.
Goal kick. And now he calls for the treatment to Frank Yallop. He's had an excellent game, but I think he's losing the place, quite truthfully.
11,806. Bora's a little concerned.
Yeah, but he's still smiling. He knows he's got 2 more games at the Azteca. If he can't get 3 points from 2 more games at the Azteca, then he's in the wrong job. Frank Yallop now.
Being lifted off the field.
Well, I don't know if Bobby can afford to play with 10 men. You maybe have to get somebody on there in a hurry.
Lenarduzzi at the bench, screaming instructions to players. Nick DeSantis over there to get personal tutorial. Bunbury up and over his man. It'll be a Mexican ball.
And Alec is frustrated because the calls are going one way but not the other. Pushing the back one way. Oh.
There have been some strange tumbles on this field here today. Here's the ball into the box once again. And it'll be a corner for Mexico as Craig Forrest just could not get over there in time.
Well, Frank Yallop seems to be okay, and Mexico have got everybody up except Jorge Campos, and you know he's dying to come up.
Forrest smartly pumps it out of harm's way, and Martin Nash got rid of it down the field. There is Campos up near the midfield line.
He loves to come out of his goal.
Campos has played a little forward in the past, so it's not like he's not used to being well forward.
That's a throw into Canada. It's a throw into Canada. But, oh no, how can he do that?
There have been some strange calls by the officials.
You see, I can't understand that. He's calling everything in Mexico's favor when Miller went up cleanly. I would be very cautious about making contact in the box right now.
He knows the way that final course.
There's a ball into the area, and Bunbury gets control, plays it out on the wing. Chip towards Bent. This is a very impressive young player for Canada, number 19, Jason Bent.
He has had a marvelous debut. Hermosillo getting to that goal first.
Andy Samuel charged out, or that was Fletcher actually charged out and made that play. And now on the wing. Good defensive play there. Throw in for Mexico. Under 6 minutes left on the clock to play in the second half. It's 2-1. Canada leads. 2 goals in the second half, but the Canadians have been under pressure in the last 15 minutes. Forrest has been very sharp. He just gets rid of it down the field. Good foot race here. Bunbury nearly stole the loose ball.
Good challenge by Alex Bunbury, but good play by Jorge Campos.
And that ball is kicked back over center by the Canadians. Mexico now playing with a lot more desperation, forcing the play, trying to get the equalizer. Nash on the turnover. Chipped out and down the field. Bunbury cannot get free. There is a little matter of national pride here for the green and white, Graham, that we haven't really talked about. It's not just that they've got 2 more games. To lose to Canada, my gracious.
I don't think the Mexicans will care one little bit if they get the points at the Azteca. Good ball.
Here's a chance now. Here's Ramirez. Good shot and a goal.
Well, it was just a matter of time. Constant pressure. Canada waiting for the flag to go up on the far side, and it was never going to come. Nice build-up. Beautiful ball clipped through. Number 7, Ramirez, hooks it off the far post. It's across the line before anybody else gets a touch. Beautiful ball through by Garcia Aspe. Ramirez takes his time, hits it, goes in off the post. Maybe Hermosillo got a little touch, but it's 2-2, and Mexico are in top gear now.
Horace kicks it out of harm's way once again, up on the wing for Mobilio. And the man who's played so well for Canada, Martin Nash, just could not get to Ramirez before he got the free shot to the far corner that has given Mexico the tie. Here's Ramirez on the prowl again. That ball into the middle, and there is the ever-dangerous Luis Garcia. He's had 3 outstanding chances since being a second-half substitute for Mexico.
Well, this time is a beautiful cross, and it should well have been a goal. However, Luis Garcia tries to burst the net instead of just putting it in.
Bunbury plays it back into the middle of the field. Here's a chance, and it goes just wide of the net. Good scoring opportunity for Canada.
Good effort by Aguiar. Carries it forward. Plays a lovely 1-2 with Nick DeSantis, but his final shot slices badly past the post, and now it's Mexico who are wasting time. I wonder if the yellow card will come out now.
I doubt it. Mobilio. And it'll be a Canadian ball. Unofficially, below 2 minutes to play. Probably have a little extra time. We've got a couple of Canadians who've been carried off, although one of them was able to return. Corazine did not continue, but Frank Yallop was shaken up, and he has been able to come back to play.
527-028. That's ticket number 527-028. The winner of 50-50 drawing.
Well, the last goal for Mexico has taken a little steam out of the Canadian sails, but this has been a courageous effort by the team in red and white, ranked 59th in the world coming into this match, playing a team ranked 9th in the world and on the threshold of going to the World Cup. But the Canadians give them full marks for effort, particularly in the second half. Look at Forrest. He's up right in the goal area now for Canada because he's one of the tallest players that they have. Now he's got to get back. The Canadian net is wide open. Here is Bent. He's the last line of defense, and he got back and kicked the ball out of bounds.
Well played, Jason Bent. What a debut he's had. But that was a justifiable sortie upfield by Craig Forrest. Canada has to win this game. A tie is not going to do them any good.
And the seconds are ticking off the clock. Blanco on the wing. Mexico on the prowl again. Played it into the middle of the field, and now they'll just be very deliberate in their play. They chip it towards the front of the net. Bent up to play some defense. It'll be a Canadian free kick.
Perez pulling down Jason Bent.
We're now in extra time.
Nice little chip.
And that is it. A 2-2 game. And the Canadians are officially eliminated from the World Cup qualifying. The two teams shake hands. It is a glorious effort by Canada, but it comes up just a little short. And we're back with more from Commonwealth Stadium in Edmonton after this.
We played